This morning we're talking to a Mississippi college professor who deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan numerous times after the 9/11 terrorist attack.
It's been over 20 years since the September 11th attacks. Very sad day. But a few days ago, a U.S. drone strike in Afghanistan killed a terrorist leader with ties to those attacks. Now this morning we have a live interview with Mississippi College professor Dr. Godfrey Garner, an expert in homeland security and counterterrorism. So good morning, and just want to ask you, sir, how significant would you say is the killing of this Taliban leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri? And he was a top deputy to 9/11 mastermind Osama bin Laden. Now I've seen some reports that say he was his left hand, the mastermind. Can you clarify this?
Yeah, he was with bin Laden from the very beginning of Al-Qaeda. And Al-Qaeda started in Peshawar, Pakistan in '89, and it started as a benevolent agency, you know, to help Afghans fighting against the Russians. But all along, they intended for it to become a terrorist organization over a period of time. But to begin with, they were just assisting the Afghans who were fighting against the Russians. But Zawahiri was with bin Laden from the very beginning. He was an advisor. He was a strategist. Bin Laden was not much of a strategist. He was just a guy that had a lot of money. But bin Laden was with him from the very beginning and kept a very low profile, but he was one of the main planners of the 9/11 attack. And he was also, a lot of people are not aware of this, but he was also one of the organizers for the assassination of Anwar Sadat years and years ago, and he was arrested in Egypt, put in prison. They deported him later, got him out of the country.
Okay, sir, so what does the killing of Zawahiri indicate about the ongoing war on terror that started after the terrorist attack of September 11, 2001?
Well, a lot of agencies will tell you Al-Qaeda is regenerating. They have been for years, and they've gotten their safe haven back in Afghanistan after we pulled out. Zawahiri was living in a pretty nice home in Kabul that was given to him by Saruddin Haqqani, who is one of the leaders of the Haqqani Taliban network. And he just basically gave Zawahiri that place to live in while he was, working behind the scenes with Al-Qaeda. So Al-Qaeda is definitely regenerated, and it's just a matter of time until we see a lot of activity from them somewhere in the country.
So now, do you think the U.S. may face retaliation for this attack?
I don't really think so immediately, because Zawahiri was not, he was 71 years old. He was more of a figurehead than he was an active member anymore. There are a lot more active Al-Qaeda members. There may be some symbolic retaliation, but it won't be a lot. He was kind of useless, really, to tell you the truth. He's like much of us old guys, we're sort of just there until something happens. But I don't really think we'll see a lot of retaliation, not too soon. So
now I've got one more question, just something I thought of. I don't know if you have an answer to this or not, but I'm wondering about the timing of this. This happened back in 2001. How come this is just now happening if he's such a big figure in this? Do you have any idea why it's 20 plus years later?
That's a good question.
Well, the Biden administration has known where Zawahiri was for about 3 years now. And, politicians do things for political advantage. They don't do them for security or anything like that. So they would just wait until the timing was right to get the most benefit out of doing it. But they've known where he was and been able to reach out and touch him for quite a while now. They've just held off.
I got you. Well, can you tell us more about the writings that you've done about the relationship between al-Zawahiri and Osama bin Laden?
Yeah, I wrote a textbook. I've written several textbooks, but the one I wrote a textbook, The Origins of Terrorism, and I devoted a pretty good piece in there to Zawahiri. He's a real colorful character, and like I said, he was with bin Laden from the very beginning. He's probably one of the closest people to bin Laden for the first decade or so of the existence of Al-Qaeda. He was a pretty ruthless guy. He killed people that got in his way. He had partner, Abdullah Azam, and he had him assassinated because he was getting a little bit too much power. So he just knocked him off just to get him out of the way. But that's the kind of person he was.
Okay. So last question, what do you think people need to realize about the ongoing war on terror and what may lie ahead in the future?
Well, we need to be wary and be aware, and we need to push our leaders to take it more seriously because al-Qaeda is not gone away. They've got, and besides that, they've got a very, very strong foothold in Afghanistan again. So they've got all of the opportunity in the world to plan future attacks. So we just need to be wary, need to be ready for anything.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Garner. Anything you want to add before we say goodbye?
Nope, that's it. I appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.